Having children after 40 is no longer a Guinness record, but such stories are still surprising because having children is a miracle. Now you'll learn how a resident of Primorye gave birth to triplets at 51, whether it's hard to cope with children, and what the woman herself says about it. Take your seats, we're about to start. Her husband, Yevgeny, was 53 when the children were born. He's a university teacher. Julia is a little younger. She's 51. She has been working at Primorye almost all her life. The couple tells with some embarrassment that they met in an unexpected way on a dating website. Yevgeny posted a picture of himself on one of the websites with a background of a beautiful lake in China. I texted a good review, and he invited me to a cafe on Fokino Street, and that was it. At the second meeting, we already knew we will never part. Julia shares her memories. The decision to bind the bonds of marriage came quickly, but the family and children only 7 years later. Julia says that from the moment they met, they dreamed of having a baby together, but they did not succeed. The woman had several unsuccessful pregnancies. Luck smiled at one of the private clinics in the region where Julia underwent the IFV and got pregnant. When I got pregnant, I didn't tell anyone at work for a long time, but a lot of people guessed. I said, "What makes you think that?" They answered me, "You were glowing," says Julia. Julia went to the maternity hospital at 35 weeks. She underwent a cesarean section as there was a threat of miscarriage, and as the pregnancy was multiple, they carefully selected a professional team of doctors. 2 boys and a girl were born. As a mom, I wanted both a girl and a boy, so the universe sent me 2 boys and a girl for mom and dad's joy, says Julia. The babies were named Igor, Dmitry, and Victoria. The youngest of them was Igor. He was born weighing a little less than 1.5 kilograms. The second brother was born weighing 2,300. The biggest was their little sister, who weighed almost 2.5 kilograms. The triplets were born on June 4th. After 5 days, they were transferred from the intensive care unit to a regular room, and 22 days later, sent home. It's never too late to be a mom, or rather, it's better to be late than never. Because those feelings are a miracle. I have 3 miracles, and I can't imagine my life without them. Answering questions about whether she would be embarrassed and feel bad if someone on the street will call her a grandmother instead of a mother, Julia confidently declares that no, she knows who she really is. Also, a mother with many children recalls that when people found out about her pregnancy, many people started to criticize her. They said that at that age, it was time to nurse grandchildren, not give birth. On the internet, many people also criticized Julia's act, berating her for being reckless and discouraging her from getting pregnant. Eugene and Julia do not try to hide the difficulties of parenthood. They live in a 2-bedroom apartment and do not expect to increase their living space. Local laws do not provide such benefits for large families. The biggest difficulty is coping with 3 children at once. When there are 3 voices screaming and begging for food, and you realize you can only breastfeed one, the others will scream. They cry, and I sit and feed one of the babies and cry too because I don't know how to break into 3 pieces, she says. The children are now 4 years old. Almost nobody talks about Julia and Yevgeny's family anymore. But for all the families, they are an example of how important it is not to give up and go towards your goal at any age. Let's wish Julia, her triplets, and her husband good health, love, and all the best. Let them all be well. What do you think about it? Share your opinion in the comments below the video. Friends, support the channel with your likes and subscriptions. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.